Hey guys, what's up? Back to your scheduley personal opinion, my mind is a script, and just talk about episodes and my personal thoughts on things. Yeah, I'm not really going to go do a script this time unless I'm not really good at scripts. I really need someone to help me do scripts or something, but I want to do someone who... I'm not big at shooters, but I am not a really good writer, and never mind, let's just get on with this episode. With the season 3 finale, the season 3 of... Okay, let's be heroes. Sadly, this is the last season, and well, originally was 4, but well, this is the last season. So yeah, I'll talk about final verdicts later. So let's get on with the episode itself. Let's get on with all of what I want to talk about today. So the first episode, We Are Heroes. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna get on with this. The episode starts with, just immediately start with a fight scene and them already be heroes, and yeah, I'm just gonna have a problem. I already need to tell you my problem with the season a bit. I think this may be a bit minor or whatever, but the season just straight up just starts out without telling us what time? How long was it between this? I know the show doesn't have much of a realistic timeline, but I would say maybe a few months or a week or whatever. I ask people, they say a few months or so. Like, did we miss something or whatever? And honestly, I wish the show does tell me, hey, how long was it between season 2 and season 3? Like, I get why it's season 1 and season 2. I get how long were they between their events. I get their between events. I get where they are in the timeline because, for one, oh, sorry, I'm just checking something, but... Sorry, I was just checking something, but... So yeah, the episode doesn't really tell us much, other than we get to this, their heroes, which will barely be seen in the show, which I feel, in my opinion, we barely see in the show, and while their suits are kind of fine. Honestly, this was more of them becoming a new team dynamic, and yeah, they're becoming superheroes as well as having some temporary replacements for a while. Honestly, this episode was pretty good and pretty much does more talk about their character development as well as them being a team. I just don't have a problem with the season being where does it take place within timelines, because they never explain clearly how long was it between events and just straight up go with it. So yeah. Next is KO, Rad, and Eden, which does talk about them. It was more of an episode with more of them trying to find a way out to get themselves with a team gimmick. Like, trying to get a gimmick. It's nice, honestly, nice character development between all of them, and yeah, it's a pretty good episode. Next is this episode. This is going to be the episode that the show starts becoming a little bit more dark, I would say. Hey, I'm gonna talk about a fair bit of it, but so yeah, TKO rules. So the episode starts with KO basically going back home and doing his following favorite after school rules and deciding when to get some cookies. Knows a Carol that without hitch, not trusting that he can just stay alone without causing any mayhem and trouble. Then we get to TK. Decided why not to keep him busy and decided to check on TKO. They swapped places for the day, and yeah, they were having trust issues. Yeah, they were having trust issues to the point that they swapped places for a day, and caused a bit of mayhem and all that, and yeah. Also, surprisingly, in this episode, we get to a lot of drawings of TKO. Yeah, like, if you have paused at the right times during these episodes, if you have paused at the right times, you see these 4 messages, drawings of TKO. Yeah. And while I admit, obviously, there's also a book about the shadow theory relating to Yotsugo Yeah, that's a reference. So then we get to the near end of the episode, and this is where the show became dark in a sense, a way. We get to, aside from an obvious Neo Genesis Gone reference, the elevator scene, which honestly I haven't seen Neo. No, if anyone asks me, I haven't seen the show. I haven't seen this anime, by the way. I may get around to it. I would check on why. Maybe I'll check on the Netflix dub or something, maybe, but I don't know. Though from what I've heard, it's not that great. And again, I also need to go finish up Cannon Blaster. Seriously, I need to finish up that series. It's honestly, so far, I'll talk about Cannon Blaster at maybe at a different point in my time. Okay, we get to that. So honestly, it's a good episode, and honestly, this is the point where the show got a bit dark. Even the end credit scene just shows back to the elevator. And back to the... We go to the next episode. Chip's Damage. It's another dark episode, but mostly focusing around chip damage after they... So basically the episode is, let me just give you an version, give you a version of it. Here's a plot in a nutshell. LG simply decided to enlist KO, not Dandy, because why not do that right away, try to rebuild chip damage after what, and KO not agreeing to that. They decided, you know what, let's just go back. Just disagreeing first, but then LED pleased to agree and everything else. So they test simulations, but it didn't work so well. They test everything working. Like, yeah, and then we see Grayman also, yeah, I forgot to mention, he was kind of retired. Yeah, Dr. Graveman pretty much retired at some point in the show. Yeah, there was mention that he was retired, and this is the second problem. Yeah, this also applies to my problem with the timelines in the show. Like, can you please, seriously, how long was he retired for? Mainly because I kind of wish that the show does explain how long was it, because I would feel like I wonder when and how long was it? And so I could just go for probably going, oh, whoa, I didn't expect that, and, well, pretty much that. Yeah, timeline reasons. Also, chip damage coming. Also, the ending does come with the emotional speech, and also chip damage basically doing the robotic version of suicide. Self-destruct. Self-destruct. The robotic way of suicide. Hope this video doesn't get demonetized. Oh wait, I do these videos just for fun, not to make money. And we get to obvious mission speech at the end. Next is an episode about KO and Fix. KO versus Fix. It's an obvious episode that mostly goes with more to Fix being just basically taunting KO for being a mama's boy, and while Frank being, well, obvious villain thing. Yeah, and I admit, throughout the entirety of this episode and throughout most of it, this is mostly an episode that pretty much just goes with KO and Flag's differences and them fighting each other. And they're having problems, and also, yeah, by the way, Shadow Figure decided to go bring back TKO, but didn't realize, oh, sorry, but, yeah, I put him on this ground state, by the way. By the way, since, yeah, putting him on the ground state for most of the show, and doesn't go so well, and, yeah, and in the end, KO, Eden Red performs this hardship attack that just feels like straight off something from an anime, and also we see Cranky Whiskers has something to do with that. I don't know what they have something to do with. I don't know what the hell they have in common. Anyways, then we get to KO Trap. Oh yeah, right. KO Fix is a good episode. Now let's talk about KO Trap. KO Trap is an obvious episode that goes with this, I would say, another dark and eerie episode. So yeah, basically the plot of this episode is very simple. Yeah, they were trapped in a room. Yeah, it's KO and Red trapped into some random cube. And pretty much one by one, killing them all. Killing separate of them, only to kill the goo versions. Yeah, by the way, yeah, until they reached the point where they just released them back in the... Yeah, they finally managed to escape and venomous, which honestly I don't know why I can just summon the button. And yeah, by the way, they want to merely just torture them by just creating basically cute clones of them, which also have their own souls for some reason, probably to make it emotional. But yeah, it does feel a bit scary. Honestly, this is pretty much one of, I would say, darker, but a pretty good episode to pretty much just go on torture and probably getting TKO stuff to happen. Yeah, like AA and Friends ending also had to be a bit dark. Okay, I admit, this episode, KO Trap doesn't feel that dark. Anyways, we get to whatever happened to Ripperoo. Yeah, nice little reference to an old obscure show that only probably people older Cartoon Network fans may remember. Like, yeah. So that was begins with pretty much a power card thing of them trading power cards, and we get to one of the obvious things I always feel like whenever a power card is shown. And then we get to an obvious non-number one, and this is not even from a crossover character. An obvious Yu-Gi-Oh reference aside, even having a Blue Eye level, which, yeah, an obvious Blue Eyes White Dragon reference. I get, very funny. I get the joke, and obviously I get the reference that was a Blue Eyes White Dragon reference. And I feel like I want to go remind myself, man, Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have the coolest names half the time. Okay, try this again. Man, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Man, the other Yu-Gi-Oh characters never got the cooler names. Aside from like ones like Exodia, for example, but yeah, I wish that they have better names, honestly. I feel honestly it doesn't work with names like, my favorite car. Seriously, I know they look cool, but I wish they had better names. Then we see an obvious creature. So yeah, then we see Ripperoo come back. Hey, Ripperoo. Yeah, we see him back, like in this episode, and not from a flashback. Yeah, and even Carol's like, oh hey Ripperoo. Yeah, you get the point of the joke. So yeah, we get to that, and we get to our main antagonist. Yeah, we get to our main antagonist being a Mega Mao, yeah, cybernetic monster. There. Oh, yeah, they fight. Okay, a fight banter doesn't work out well, and yeah, they made an argument to become friends by the end of the episode. Nice emotional episode. I mean, the episode was quite emotional. Next episode, Planet X, and it's the 100th episode of the series. Wow. This is the 100th episode. That's me. So yeah, pretty much the episode particularly. So the animation for the video game segment was pretty much done by L Cube. Basically somewhere in Buzzino, Aurelio, and Zero, Pasamacara. Sorry I can't pronounce. Sorry if I butcher or can't pronounce any of these names. Even below, it was also a guest character in this episode as well as the prop designer. Yeah, man, I'm not a fan of the 80s like designs, by the way. Yeah, I'm never a fan of the weird 80s like designs. Yeah, while I admit this episode was pretty much to give pretty much more exposition, it does expand and exposition a lot more lore to Rad's kind and everything else. We saw it, and it's a nice little episode, pretty much giving them special guest star and everything. And, well, nice to see this episode. It was a nice and good episode. It was kind of giving more development to Rad. And pretty much other characters and exploring the lore, and also making obvious revenge of the nerds. And and we get to the typical nerds versus jocks fact types, and yeah. Next is Deep Space Vacation. We take back where we left off last week's episode. It gives more of being more of an antagonist in the season. So, yeah, pretty much this week's episode is pretty much... It's a nice little way to give another antagonist more screen time, even though we have our main antagonist, but she's also pretty good. Honestly, it gets more using a different antagonist this time, at least someone who's investing it, and at least the episode is a nice, fun little episode, and also a funny thing how they got out of the belly of Cosmo. But, yeah, overall, good episode. Yeah, it's going through most of these episodes because, these two episodes were mostly connected, so, yeah. Planet X and Deep Space Vacation were connected. Next we get to... Big reveal! So, yeah, the big reveal episode. Obviously, we get to the... So, the big reveal episode. I would want to not spoil too much on it, but, So, let me give you a double talk about the episode. The episode is basically just, hey, you want to know the true origins of if Laser is Venom? Yeah, it pretty much just confirms the theory that, yes, Laser Blast and Professor Venom are both the same person. Even Boxmore knew it. Even get to a lot of backstory and even ripping off Star Wars. And also doing the Luke, I'm your father, Joe, and the on your fire cliche. I'm betting there'll be a lawsuit from Disney right now. I'm supposed to be taking a break with Disney, but that doesn't mean I can take a break from a joke. I hope Disney recovers. Yeah, by the way, if anyone asks me, I'm on Disney's side. Alright. And it's nothing going to change that. Next is Radical Rescue, an episode that mostly goes with more of an idea of talk and commentary about having toxicity friend episode. It was more of an episode about toxicity in the show. It pretty much goes with the toxicity of an idea of an episode that has to deal with toxicity, dealing with toxic friends and whatnot. It's a nice little episode. It's a pretty good episode, and I do really like it. It was a pretty good episode. It does establish that the Mighty Magister crossover, for those wondering, there was a crossover at that show. Unfortunately, I don't want to go cover that show because I need to at some point cover Mighty Magister. Okay, great. For those who do not know, they confirmed that there was a picture of him with Witchy Simone during the Mighty Magister season finale episode. Okay, for those who do not know, Mighty Magister was a kind of, I would say, a cool concept show about swords of different types of swords. Swords for everything. I feel like some point covering that show. I only saw a few episodes, but I kind of like it. And by the way, they confirmed this episode was canon, by the way. Despite the fact they also established... I was confused at first of... during the... Are you ready for... Mega Football episode? I forgot how to pronounce that right. They established that these two... They were fighting them, and I thought they were the same universe, but connected universe. Apparently the buses are basically... They can travel through dimensions, apparently. From someone I heard. Honestly, it's a good episode and a nice little kind of connection canon. Then we get to Let's Meet Sonic, and this episode is filled with Sonic references, and I already did my original review for that, so go watch that original review if you wanted it. But overall, it's one of my favorite episodes of this series. Next we get to Let's Greet Chattery. This is another episode that confirms, It was also one of my favorite episodes because it confirms, yeah, that's pretty, yep. Up, shall we figure it? It's venomous. This whole time, yeah, it's kind of confirmed that even there was also that, and also origin story similar to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Frank decided why not to make a face that represents Mouse Freak from 12 Ounce Mouse. I saw 2 episodes of the series, one was 2 or 3 years ago. I can't keep track. I don't keep track of dates of whenever I watch shows. By the way, and honestly, it's so weird to see this show getting a reference. And again, this show is getting back for a 3rd season next year. It's getting a 3rd season, and then again, the show is getting a 3rd season next year. Yeah, they kind of after the Invest episode, they decided. Yeah. Also, during the Invest episode, they decided, yeah, let's just give the show a 3rd season. We're also giving it a 3rd season. In 2020. We're not going to tell you a specific date, but it's still coming out in 2020. And again, the show was also created by the creation of 12 Ounce Mouse. I'm co-creator of Hunger Team Hogwarts for so what. I know this is so weird to talk about having an adult TV show, having an adult reference in the TV in a kid show. And again, there's a lot. There's some, but still, it's nice to see this show getting a nice little return. And I haven't seen the Invest special yet, as well as an announcement that there are going to be 10 new episodes in 2020, despite the show's, I would say, low quality animation. Probably get something good, but. Okay. I have nothing. And also trust issues between them, as well as unleashing TK. Yeah, there was a lot of foreshadowing a bit of TKO's appearance. Next episode, your good friend KO. Your good friend and KO. It's pretty much Dandy's character development. It's pretty much a Dandy-focused episode, and honestly, I love it. It gives more to KO and Dandy's relationship throughout the entire show. It gives more character developments between them. Anyways, got an episode, and now we're getting with Red Action Tree Garden Day. I'm gonna say as short as possible, and I don't want to go to the. I feel my blood is going to go a bit high if I just talk about it. I'm going to say it's going to be a bit high, in case I'm gonna say it. Yeah. It was a pretty good episode, except for the ending. I am not going to explain what the ending was, and I wouldn't. If I did, because people nowadays would, if I just say something in particular, they don't. If I just say something like, I'm not going to say it. Nope, I'm not going to say it, by the way. About a certain group as well as a certain relationship, like, seriously, if I can't say make a joke with a certain group, or else I feel like my channel is going to be getting raided by them. Seriously, can we just take a joke? It's just jokes. It's just simple jokes and whatnot. Not literally, like, really, because you said something offensive and then, yeah, seriously, can people just take a joke nowadays? Like, I'm not gonna say any names, by the way, during this. I'm not gonna say, but a certain company made several jokes about certain community, and everyone's hating about it just because they were making jokes. Can we just have nice things and we're just making jokes? I'm straight and I can. Seriously, we're just making jokes. Wow. Seriously, is people nowadays sensitive to LGBT? Nothing. I pretend I never said anything. Okay. Yes. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Honestly, can people just take LGBT jokes not too serious? Can people stop taking way too seriously on LGBT stuff? Like, it's also in terms of cartoons as of late. But you may be asking, what about anime? At least they don't focus too much on it. At least they didn't focus too much on it. At least they didn't focus too much on it. Anywho, it's a good episode. I just don't like the ending, and I wouldn't want to. Anyways, let's just get on with it. The less we talk about it, the more I don't go ranting more about about how people take LGBT way too seriously. Okay, let's just get back to the actual thing. Okay, I hope I don't. Anyways, I hope no one was a bit angered or triggered. If you are, I'm sorry, but I have a bad case. So I just feel a bit too sick and tired of too many LGBT stuff. Can we please take a break from? Can you please stop being a bit too focused and just go back to just making normal stuff with normal couples and everything? Sorry, and I hope anyone's not offended what I say during the reaction tree Garmin Day, but I hope anyone's not offended what I said, please. Please, I hope. Please don't anger me in the comments. Anyways, we get to Carol. An episode that pretty much is a typical... Carol. So, yeah, this week's episode is more of a lead up to the finale. Well, pretty much. It was an all peaceful day, and then when the monster attacks as per usual, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Yes, Carol. So, yeah, after basically spending father and son, Predators of Venomous and KO spending father and son time, then you see as a jello creature named Carol, then suddenly turns into a giant creature. They attempt to try to stop it, and yeah, I admit, then they call Eden and Red, or they're on also were doing other things at the time. And pretty much that. So, yeah. So, pretty much after they defeated the monster of the week, and, well, after disappointment from Venomous, he does decide whether to do one last attempt to do this, and pretty much did that after that, unleashing TKO. So, after that, TKO comes out, pushes TKO back to the normal bottom, and yeah, TKO. Then we get to Perfect Venomous. Yeah, Venomous decided why not? After Shadowy and Venomous decided why not basically become Shadowy Venomous, yeah. Boxman decided why not to go deal with that. And attacks the plaza for an amount of time. Yeah, they never explain how long was it throughout the episode. So, yeah, they never explain any time, but I would just assume somewhere after the attack. I'm just gonna presume somewhere after the attack. I'm just gonna presume maybe 2-3 weeks. Probably. They clearly denied. So yeah, then he decided to hack into a Chaos channel to pretty much updates on the situation. Everyone's sad, and none of them decided to try. After all of them just be sure to get owned by him, he decided why not look for somewhere to get straight good news. And we pretty much get to a story about, well, yeah, okay, I'm just not gonna lie. I feel personally, yeah, Boxman decided, you know what, I quit. You know what, screw this, I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave my box set and leave to the somewhere to find peace. Jeffrey from the end. Then later we see him, Jeffrey was at the end, but hey. So they decided to make a fabricated story, and yeah, they call themselves with looking at nightmarish, feel-ish, yeah, box doesn't work, and call them the Mega Box Prime. Oh no, Box Prime. Honestly, a missed opportunity for a better name. Honestly, that name, I could have come up with a better name for this. I would have called it the Mega Bot, the Mega Box Bot. Hey, at least it will fit the or Box Gin or whatever, or Box King, or whatever Sendai, or whatever Megazord Mecha names you can think about. Honestly, that would have been a better names. Kind of a missed opportunity for that. So, missed opportunities aside, after we get to that, turns out it was a fabricated episode, and the episode ends with, hey, here's about what's going of a Plaza tournament rumor. Yes, and then we get to the next two episodes. Fight till the end. We get to our two-parter. Fight till the end. Fight till the end is pretty much an episode where it's pretty much. Yeah, pretty much this episode was pretty much just a prelude episode, two-part episode. We get to a typical tournament arc, and the reason the tournament existed was because the PAL car factory got destroyed, as well as the CEO got killed. You know, for kids. You know what? I'm not gonna say. You know, for kids. Yeah, I just like to use that joke. It's kind of one of my favorite jokes. Still, I like to use that as a great joke. If anyone asks me, I still like that joke. No matter what. Please, it's not so good. Bring back that joke. Honestly, I feel this sounds way more better than a family picture. To be honest, you know, for kids sounds a bit more energetic to me, in my opinion. And also saying that the power cards are pointless. Yeah, they never explained about the ones with images instead. And never explained the non-number ones, like, yeah, we're not going to explain the non-number ones throughout the entire show. So, new CEO, new work, and pretty much the tournament happened, as well as Eden Red joining in just to see how they can do. After a montage including TKO's appearance and pretty much everything else. Also, it was a huge fight scenes and whatnot. Even Eden Red decided wanted to become Turbo variants or Freedom Turret and Red Tard. I'll just stick with Turbo Nate. I'll just put Turbo in it. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the Turbo Nates in case I want to go reference that. Also, yeah, they also used the one for the. Yeah, they did back to back with the same ones that Frankie uses. And honestly, we get to the cool fight scene, everything else, defeating and then defeating Eden Red. But then KO decided, and after dealing with the causing of the equivalent of a world end of his growing barrier, I don't get what is the point of this. So instead, he decided, you know what? So after defeating, after KO, Calm, CKO, and pretty much everything else, we get to him, and yeah, the reward for this tournament was to meet with the president of the universe. Yeah, I didn't explain too much about this guy, but basically he's pretty much the ruler of all this universe. Yeah, he's a powerful being, by the way. And also a nice little nod to that other certain show that Cartoon Network had that was not that great. Yes, I also looked up his name. And surprisingly, we see this guy in the show. Oh, yeah. And surprising, his design is actually based on. He has a. Yeah, pretty much I might think. And honestly, I did like Secret Fortress Mountain and Fortress Awesome. I only saw like a few episodes of the series because some of them were on iPhone, and yeah, nice to see him again. For some reason, he only played like one episode, and he only played. Even he works on that show once. So yeah, I'm also thinking that he met Secret Mountain Fortress Awesome. Kinda may have the same universe with KO because of the character's appearance. I'm just gonna assume they were probably the same guy. So yeah, so he decided wanted to give him one wish, that is basically to get everyone's his wish, bring everyone back to life, and give them every wish in existence of what they want to do. And yeah, pretty much such as having Boxman and carry more for his friends. The episode bring some of these people back to life. I mean some because they didn't bring back the original CEO of Powercars for some reason. And everything else, everything was fine. And yeah, Let's Fight to the End was a really great prelude of the episode. Overall, it considered action and everything else. You may be wondering, yeah, this is not the end. The true end is in... Thank you for watching the show. Episode 112. Season 3, Episode 20. Now, let's talk about the final episode of the series finale. Let me tell you. Now, this episode has, I would say, a bit, not too much on this episode, but, let me give you a short and simple about this. The episode so, it was a normal day. Day after pretty much everything everything is fine until the world everything is flashing to of decades and of a lot of potential episodes. Like, yeah, basically it was all normal until we get to a epic mission, then we see the Boxman, and everything we changed to a lot of short clips of like episodes that never got into the final cut. Yeah, and then we get to shifting through a lot of the stuff. And like, yeah, we get through a lot of these multiple episodes, repeats, and wow, multiple episodes that we get through over the past few years of the show. And well, then we see the goodbye episode. That's for Eden and Red, and then KO realized it's part of growing up. Life moves fast and everything, and it's got to be an emotional part of the episode. And then the rest of the episode goes with a huge montage of a lot of things of different events. Now, I'm not going to spoil too many of the events, but it's like Carol and Mr. Gar getting married, and oh wait, that was actually during the episode, from the montage. But we do see a little bit of Gar are basically going to a tribute of his deceased grandmother, who ran okay, and another connection that of this is also going to be part of the multiverse theory that Monomark is basically from Victor and Valentino, which I have seen the pilot for, never seen the actual show. Maybe I'll check it out one day, maybe after my break or something. I'm supposed to spoil it right now, but yeah. Like a real magical skeleton becoming the new CEO of iFrame Outlet, and Brandon Duke continue working with him. And Joe decided wanted to go with her own spin-off show, while Rayhan decided and his duplicates decided wanted to become a band, pretty much. Venomous eventually apologized, and I'm not gonna say pretty much what the hell happened, but I'm still going to presume they're still family though. I ain't just gonna assume he's still family. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain what happened. We see pretty much common Ricker successful advocates to the Point Press, which I decided to Ray, Elda, and Yeah, decided when to become the new one. Eventually has his own family, which is just themselves. Pretty much a lot of stuff. And he decided to graduate from Roswell School and because you're going to the new CEO of PAL Cards Industries. He's Brother decided wanted to go reunite his brother Widow. Oh, and both decided to start cooking together, and yeah, a lot of stuff happens. We get to the end, where we see another random new monster, random new robot, and we see Adult KO just destroying it. Yep, Adult KO just straight up destroys the robot like instantly, and we see some random lookalike. This with swap genders and species. He's going like, oh, he's like the level 100 guy. Right. And yeah, he also ends with the song of the show's ending credits and KO ending it with saying thank you for watching the show, and we see something of the same intro sequence, but waving instead of punching it, and yeah. Overall, this has got to be one of my favorite episodes, one of my favorite finales of the show. It pretty much just goes with an epic log of a bunch of characters and everything else. And yeah. So overall, season 3 is one of my greater seasons. A dark and short, but yeah, a good season. A really great season. Pretty much going with a lot of character development and everything else. I know some points can feel a bit rushed. No, I didn't feel like it. No, I may not feel a bit rushed, but honestly, I didn't feel honestly the season didn't feel that rushed. Didn't feel rushed. Honestly, a great and epic send-off to an epic show. Now I want to say something, a special announcement. I honestly take a break from cartoon reviews after this. After this episode, I feel, you know what? I think I need a break from cartoons. I think after this, not really good to watch, and honestly, I'm not feeling motivated to continue watching cartoons and maybe review something I may or may not be interested. And honestly, I feel like I want to cover, there are some cartoons I feel like I want to cover someday, but there are certain reasons. Dealing-ish, one being, yeah, because I would say I'm taking a break from the cartoons because it's me, nothing to go watch, and other reasons. Yep, that's it. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking a break from cartoons until Rick and Morty Season 4 comes out. Till then, I'll be doing maybe 2 anime reviews from now on, for maybe until then. Though I don't know what to review for Halloween, but anywho, thanks for watching this episode, and till next time, till when I come back from cartoons to do a review of Season 4 of Rick and Morty. Anywho, bye.